Welcome to Dogs Info.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Your house is completely quiet, and then you hear that unmistakable sound. Thump, thump, thump. I know exactly how exhausting and heartbreaking it is to watch your dog suffer in their own skin. I also know how frustrating it is to spend a fortune at the pet store on toxic bug drops or hundreds of dollars at the vet for allergy pills that only mask the problem. But you do not need expensive, harsh chemicals to give your dog permanent relief. The secret to a perfectly healthy, itch-free, bug-proof dog is sitting inside your kitchen right now. Today, I will show you how to cure the itch forever using natural ingredients. Number 1. Coconut oil for angry hot spots. Before we can fix your dog's internal engine, we have to put out the immediate fire. We have to give your dog instant relief. When a dog is intensely itchy, their skin is quite literally on fire. It is heavily inflamed, hot to the touch, and microscopic tears are forming every single time their nails scratch against it. We need to stop that vicious itch cycle right now. If you look closely at your dog's skin and see bright red, angry weeping circles, this is what we call a hot spot. When you see this, I want you to go directly into your kitchen pantry and grab organic cold-pressed, unrefined coconut oil. Coconut oil is an absolute miracle of nature. It is packed tightly with lauric acid. This is a powerful, naturally occurring antibacterial and antifungal agent. If your dog has a raw red hot spot from obsessively chewing, simply take a small scoop of solid coconut oil onto your clean fingers. Gently massage it directly onto their raw skin. It works immediately to cool and soothe the maddening itch. It acts as a physical waterproof barrier to keep outdoor dirt out of the wound. Most importantly, it actively kills the surface bacteria that causes the redness in the first place. And if your dog turns around and licks it off, that is perfectly fine. It is highly nutritious and entirely safe for them to consume. Number 2. Apple cider vinegar for yeast infections. But what if the main problem is not a visible hot spot? What if the problem is that unmistakable dirty corn chip smell coming directly from their paws or deep inside their ears? If your dog's feet smell exactly like corn chips, they do not have a standard environmental allergy. They have a massive active yeast infection. This specific yeast is called Malassezia. It absolutely thrives in the warm, moist, dark spaces between their paw pads and deep down inside their ear canals. This yeast causes an intense, maddening itching sensation. That is exactly why your dog simply cannot stop aggressively chewing on their feet. To kill this yeast instantly, we use raw apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar completely alters the natural pH level of your dog's skin, turning it highly acidic. Yeast absolutely cannot survive or multiply in an acidic environment. You are going to take a small bowl and mix 50% apple cider vinegar with 50% warm water. Do not ever use it straight out of the bottle. Take a soft cotton ball, dip it directly into the mixture, and gently dab it between their toes. You can also use it to carefully wipe the inside flap of their ear. If your dog is a compulsive paw licker, you can pour this half-and-half mixture into a small plastic container and physically dunk their paws into it for a soothing paw soak. Let it air dry completely. However, you must hear this strict warning. Do not ever use apple cider vinegar if your dog has chewed their paws until they are raw, open, or bleeding. Vinegar is an acid and it will sting horribly on an open flesh wound. Only use this remedy on intact, smelly, itchy skin. Number 3. Colloidal oatmeal baths for full body relief. Now, what if your dog does not just have one isolated hot spot? What if their entire body is red, incredibly flaky, and intensely itchy from rolling in the backyard grass? For complete full body relief, we use a plain oatmeal bath. Do not go to the boutique pet store and buy a $30 designer dog shampoo. Go straight to your pantry. Grab plain unsweetened breakfast oats and put 1 full cup of them directly into your blender or food processor. Grind it up on high until it turns into a super fine powdery dust. This is known as colloidal oatmeal. Draw a bath for your dog. But here is the absolutely critical secret. The bath water must be lukewarm to cool. Never under any circumstances use warm or hot water on an itchy dog. Heat aggressively draws blood to the surface of the skin and makes the inflammation 10 times worse. Mix your fine oatmeal dust into the lukewarm water until the bath looks cloudy and milky. Put your dog inside and use a plastic cup to constantly pour that milky oatmeal water over their entire back, neck, and legs. Let them soak in this mixture for 10 solid minutes. The oatmeal physically binds to their skin and creates a thin protective film. This film physically sucks the heat and the burning inflammation right out of their tissues. When you take them out of the tub, just gently pat them dry with a soft towel. Do not rub their fur. You will immediately see a calm, relaxed dog who can finally get a full night of peaceful sleep. Number 4. Frozen carrots or habitual anxiety, licking. Sometimes a dog will continue to lick and scratch out of pure habit or underlying anxiety even after the initial skin irritation is completely gone. The physical act of chewing actually releases powerful endorphins in a dog's brain. These endorphins naturally relieve stress, anxiety, and daily boredom. We can easily redirect this destructive chewing behavior away from their sensitive skin. Give them a heavily frozen large raw carrot. By giving them a frozen carrot, you immediately distract their anxious brain from the phantom itch. It completely satisfies their biological need to chew on something hard. Furthermore, the freezing cold temperature numbs their gums and provides a deeply soothing sensation. As a fantastic bonus, raw carrots give them a highly healthy dose of natural vitamin A and beneficial dietary fiber. It is a completely safe, edible chew toy that protects their skin from their own teeth. Number 5. Green tea soaks for inflamed paws. Here is another incredibly powerful natural remedy that works wonders for dogs suffering from environmental allergies. If your dog's paws are bright pink, swollen, and constantly irritated after walking on grass or hot pavement, a green tea soak is your best friend. Green tea is absolutely loaded with natural antioxidants, polyphenol, and tannins. These specific compounds are incredibly effective at drawing out heat and reducing severe tissue swelling. Simply boil a pot of water and steep 4 to 5 plain unflavored green tea bags for about 10 minutes. Remove the tea bags and let the infused water cool down completely. You can even place it in the refrigerator to make it icy cold. Once it is fully chilled, pour the green tea into a shallow basin or a bathtub. Stand your dog in the shallow tea for about 5 to 10 minutes, making sure their irritated paw pads are completely submerged. The natural tannins will instantly begin to pull the burning inflammation out of their tired feet. It also helps to naturally wash away microscopic allergens like grass pollen and dust mites that cling to their fur after a walk. Pat their paws dry afterward. This simple soak can completely change your dog's comfort level during the heavy allergy seasons. Number 6. Pure aloe vera gel for instant cooling. If you need a fast-acting spot treatment alternative to coconut oil, look no further than pure aloe vera gel. Aloe vera is universally known for its remarkable ability to soothe human sunburns, but it is equally magical for canine skin irritations. The clear gel inside an aloe leaf contains powerful enzymes that actively speed up the healing process of micro tears on the skin. When applied, it creates an intense immediate cooling sensation that effectively overrides the itch signals being sent to your dog's brain. It is incredibly useful for applying to areas where the fur is very thin, like their sensitive belly, their groin, or their inner thighs. However, there is a very strict rule when using aloe vera on dogs. You must use 100% pure aloe vera gel. Do not ever use the bright green gels sold in drugstores that contain added alcohol, artificial fragrances, or numbing chemicals. Those additives are highly toxic to dogs if licked. The absolute safest method is to buy a real aloe vera plant. Snap off a small leaf, squeeze the fresh clear gel directly out of the plant, and rub it onto your dog's itchy spots. It dries quickly, leaves no greasy residue, and provides magnificent immediate relief. Number 7. Apple cider vinegar and turmeric to repel bugs internally. Now that the immediate fire is out and your dog has stopped scratching for the night, we move to the next vital step. We are going to build a natural biological bug shield from the inside out to permanently deal with fleas and ticks. Traditional flea and tick medications are undeniably effective, but they are also potent chemical neurotoxins. When you squeeze a chemical drop onto the back of your dog's neck, that chemical enters their bloodstream. When a tick bites them, it drinks the toxic blood and dies. Many holistic pet parents naturally ask if it is really safe for their dog's blood to be permanently toxic. If you want to go the entirely natural route, we have to fundamentally change the way your dog smells and tastes to parasites. We can easily make them an invisible, disgusting target for bugs. First, we must make their blood taste terrible to insects. To do this, we add a tiny splash of that exact same apple cider vinegar we used earlier directly into their daily bowl of food. Alternatively, you can mix a tiny pinch of pure organic turmeric with a little coconut oil and add it to their dinner. Both of these simple kitchen items slightly change the overall acidity and the internal flavor profile of your dog's blood. We cannot taste it, and your hungry dog will not care at all. But to a blood-sucking flea or a tick, it is exactly like drinking sour repulsive acid. If a bug does happen to jump onto your dog and takes a bite, it will immediately detach and drop right off because it simply cannot stomach the foul taste. Number 8. Brewer's yeast for invisible bug armor. Second, we can make your dog practically invisible to the bugs in your yard. Ticks and fleas do not have great eyesight. They do not see your dog walking by. Instead, they hunt entirely by scent. They smell the natural carbon dioxide and the lactic acid constantly radiating off your dog's warm skin. To successfully block this scent trail, we use a miraculous natural dietary supplement called brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast is densely packed with complex B vitamins. When you sprinkle just a half teaspoon of pure brewer's yeast powder over their dinner, it is rapidly absorbed into their body. Over time, it is slowly secreted outward through their skin and their natural sweat glands. This creates an invisible, completely odorless shield entirely around your dog. You will not smell a single thing when you hug them. But to a hungry mosquito, a jumping flea, or a waiting tick, your dog suddenly smells incredibly bitter and highly toxic. They will literally jump onto your dog's fur, get hit instantly with the overwhelming scent of the yeast, and jump right back off into the grass. You can also achieve a very similar repelling effect by sprinkling a tiny microscopic pinch of dried culinary rosemary into their wet food. Number 9. Raw pumpkin seeds for internal parasites. But what if your dog already has a few fleas hiding in their coat? How do we effectively stop the breeding life cycle? We have to proactively kill the eggs and the internal worms. Here is a brilliant, completely holistic remedy. Pumpkin seeds. I absolutely do not mean the soft orange pumpkin puree in a can. I mean raw, unsalted whole pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds naturally contain a highly effective amino acid called cucurbinin. This specific amino acid is a powerful natural dewormer. It literally paralyzes parasites on contact. If you grind up a spoonful of raw pumpkin seeds in a standard coffee grinder and heavily sprinkle the dust over your dog's food, it processes directly through their digestive tract. It acts aggressively to paralyze internal worms. Furthermore, as the dog's skin sheds naturally onto the carpets and into their bedding, it actively creates a toxic environment that microscopic flea larvae simply cannot survive in. It stops the infestation from spreading through your house. It is an absolutely phenomenal biological trick, and it comes from a simple, cheap kitchen seed. Number 10. Probiotics to cure the root cause. We have successfully soothed the outside skin, and we have repelled the biting bugs. Now we must move to the final step, the long-term permanent cure. If your dog is chronically itchy and constantly suffering from severe year-round allergies, I need you to understand this undeniable biological truth. Most itching does not actually start on the skin. It starts deep inside the stomach. Many popular commercial dog foods are heavily loaded with cheap, dense carbohydrates like processed corn, heavy wheat, and starchy potatoes. Once inside a dog's body, those complex starches immediately convert directly into sugar. And what feeds yeast? What feeds bad bacteria? Sugar. When a dog eats a diet entirely made of dry, heavily starchy kibble, their delicate gut microbiome becomes severely unbalanced. This directly leads to a dangerous condition called leaky gut. When a dog has leaky gut, their immune system goes into a permanent exhausting state of high alert. Their body starts aggressively overreacting to completely normal everyday things like fresh grass, pollen, simple dust, mites, or chicken protein. That massive allergic reaction immediately manifests as severely itchy, red, inflamed skin. If we want to cure the itch forever, we absolutely must fix the gut. To fix the stomach, you must actively introduce healthy probiotics and good bacteria into their daily diet. The absolute easiest and cheapest way to do this is by adding a spoonful of plain unsweetened milk kefir, plain Greek yogurt, or 100% pure canned pumpkin puree directly to their dry food. These powerful ingredients lay down a thick protective layer of healthy bacteria inside their digestive tract. This naturally calms the immune system down, permanently stops the severe overreaction to environmental allergies, and entirely cuts off the sugar food supply to that awful yeast causing the corn chip smell. However, you must listen very closely to this massive warning. If you go to the grocery store to buy yogurt or kefir for your dog, you must aggressively read the ingredients on the back of the label. You are actively looking to avoid one deadly lethal ingredient: xylitol, or as it is sometimes renamed by food companies, birch sugar. Xylitol is a highly toxic artificial sweetener heavily used in many sugar-free or diet yogurts. Even a microscopic amount will cause a dog's liver to shut down and fail completely. You must only buy 100% plain unsweetened yogurt with absolutely zero artificial sweeteners of any kind. Number 11. Omega-3 fatty acids and collagen for armor-plated skin. Our final internal fix is exactly how you stop aggressive fleas from biting and how you permanently cure dry, flaky skin. You must help your dog organically grow armor-plated skin. Did you know that every 21 days, your dog's body completely replaces its entire outer layer of skin cells? Every single 3 weeks, you have a massive biological opportunity to build them a brand new ultra-strong, incredibly thick coat of armor. But skin cells are fundamentally made of lipids. They are made of fats. If your dog is eating dry, stale kibble from a giant plastic bag that has been sitting open in the pantry for a month, all of the healthy fats in that food have dried out, oxidized, and vanished. They are completely gone. To build thick, healthy, hydrated skin that is practically impossible for a tiny flea or a tick to physically bite through, you must add pure omega-3 fatty acids and natural collagen back into their bowl. The absolute best and cheapest way to do this is to grab a simple tin of sardines. You must make sure they are packed in pure water with absolutely no added salt or oil. Take one little sardine, mash it up thoroughly with a fork, and mix it directly into their food twice a week. It is a massive, incredibly powerful dose of pure skin-building omega-3s. If your dog absolutely hates the smell of fish, you can easily use a simple unseasoned, gently cooked egg instead. Or better yet, make some homemade bone broth. Pouring a splash of collagen-rich, unseasoned bone broth over their dry kibble provides the exact biological building blocks needed for healthy, heavily hydrated, itch-free skin. Just remember one quick, strict, holistic rule. Never buy pre-made human bone broth in the soup aisle at the grocery store. Human broths are heavily seasoned with toxic onions and garlic, both of which are highly dangerous to dogs. Just slowly boil some plain chicken or beef bones in water in your slow cooker at home. It is incredibly cheap, entirely safe, and absolutely amazing for their coat. Number 12. The golden rule of rotation. We have covered an enormous amount of powerful information today. Apple cider vinegar, organic turmeric brewer yeast, colloidal oatmeal, coconut oil, green tea, aloe vera, plain kefir, raw pumpkin seeds, and sardines. I can easily imagine you might be feeling a little overwhelmed right now. You are probably wondering how on earth you are going to put all of this into your dog's bowl every single morning. Here is the ultimate golden rule. You do not need to use all of these at once. If you dump 8 new incredibly rich ingredients into your dog's bowl tonight, I can guarantee you they will have severe stomach upset tomorrow morning. The absolute beauty of holistic health is natural rotation. You do not eat the exact same foods every single day, and your dog should not either. To make this perfectly easy, I want you to use a simple bowl formula. Every single day when you pour their dry food, just pull out slightly less kibble to make room and add just 3 specific things. You pick one skin builder, for example. One day it is a cooked egg. 2 days later, maybe it is a spoonful of sardines. You pick one gut helper, like a spoonful of plain yogurt or a dollop of pumpkin puree. And finally, you pick one bug repellent. A tiny pinch of brewer's yeast or a quick splash of apple cider vinegar. That is it. You just rotate these simple, incredibly cheap kitchen ingredients throughout the week. It takes exactly 10 extra seconds a day to prepare their meal. But I promise you, if you stay dedicated and consistent with this simple action plan, you will completely rebuild their gut. You will deeply soothe their irritated skin. You will naturally and safely shield them from the biting bugs. And you will watch your chronically itchy, thoroughly miserable dog start absolutely thriving. Dealing with severe allergies and persistent fleas is undeniably one of the absolute hardest parts of being a pet parent. It easily makes us feel completely helpless. But by consciously choosing to educate yourself, by actively looking for holistic, safe alternatives that protect their tiny bodies from harsh toxic chemicals, you are proving exactly how much you truly love them. You have the power to heal them right inside your kitchen. Please drop a comment down below and tell me your beautiful dogs.
Thank for watching and like and subscribe share please.